In a small Zambian village, nestled near the edge of a vast, whispering forest, there lived a young girl named Imani. Life for Imani and her family was a daily struggle. They were poor, and every sunrise brought a fresh battle just to get by. Imani had a deep love for school, a burning desire to learn. But most days her stomach was empty, and the holes in her uniform grew bigger. The other children in the village could be cruel. They would point and laugh, calling her the girl with nothing. Their taunts were like sharp stones. But Imani held her head high during the day. It was only at night, hidden beneath her thin blanket, that she would let the tears fall. They were silent, unseen by the world, but each tear carried a universe of hope. A whispered prayer for a life where she could learn without hunger and dream without fear. One scorching afternoon, a teacher from the district, a woman with kind eyes and a warm smile, arrived in the village. As she walked through the dusty paths, she noticed Imani sitting under the shade of a large mango tree. Imani wasn't playing. She was focused, her small finger tracing letters and numbers in the dirt. She had no paper, no books, so the earth became her classroom. The teacher approached her gently and asked, "Child, why do you work so hard when life seems so unfair to you?" Imani looked up. Her eyes, though filled with the weariness of her struggles, shone with an unbreakable light. She replied, her voice soft but firm, "Because one day I will not cry anymore. One day I will triumph." The teacher was deeply moved by this young girl's spirit. It was a fire that refused to be put out by poverty or ridicule. In that moment, she decided she would do everything in her power to help Imani. She brought her stacks of books, her pages filled with worlds Imani had only dreamed of. After the other children had gone home, the two of them would sit together, the teacher patiently explaining difficult concepts and answering Imani's endless questions. She saw the potential in Imani and encouraged her to set her sights higher, to apply for a scholarship that could change her life. This newfound support ignited an even greater fire within Imani. She began to study with a fervor that amazed everyone. Her days started before the sun cast its first golden rays over the village, and they ended long after the moon was high in the sky, her face illuminated by the flickering flame of a single candle. The path wasn't easy. The laughter from the other children didn't stop. They saw her poring over books while they played, and they mocked her relentless effort. "Look at the girl with nothing, trying to be something," they'd jeer. There were times she stumbled. There were exams she didn't pass, concepts she couldn't grasp, and moments where despair crept into the corners of her mind. She would fail, and the tears would return. But now they were different. They weren't just tears of sadness. They were fuel. Each drop that fell on her book was a powerful reminder of her promise to herself, a reminder of why she had to keep going, why she couldn't give up. Every failure became a lesson, every setback a stepping stone. Her perseverance became a quiet, powerful force in the village, a testament to her unyielding will. Years flowed by like the nearby river, carving new paths and shaping the landscape of Imani's life. The small girl who scribbled in the dirt was growing, her mind expanding with every page she read, every problem she solved. Then, the day of reckoning arrived. The results of the national exam were announced, the one that determined the future of every student in the country. A hush fell over the village as the news spread like wildfire. Imani, the girl with nothing, had not only passed, she had achieved the highest marks in the entire district. The very same village that had once echoed with mockery now erupted in celebration. The people who had doubted her, who had laughed at her torn uniform and her dirt-caked fingers, now lifted her onto their shoulders, cheering her name. Imani had triumphed. Her hard work had paid off in the most spectacular way. She was offered a full scholarship to a prestigious school in the bustling city, a world away from her humble beginnings. She went on to university, and with the same determination that had carried her through her childhood, she became a teacher. But Imani never forgot where she came from. Her greatest triumph wasn't leaving the village behind, but returning to it. She came back not as the girl who was teased, but as a beacon of hope. She became the new teacher at the small village school. At her very first assembly, she stood before a sea of young, hopeful faces, some with worn-out clothes just like hers had been. She looked at them and said, her voice filled with love and understanding, "Life will bring you tears. It will test you, and sometimes it will feel unfair. But you must never, ever let those tears drown your dreams." because every tear you shed today can be the water that helps the seeds of your triumph grow tomorrow. Amani's story became a legend in her village and beyond. It teaches us a profound lesson. Tears are not a sign of weakness. They are the fertile soil from which our greatest strength can grow. With perseverance, with unwavering faith in ourselves, and with the courage to face our fears, we can transform our deepest sadness into our most glorious triumph. Your struggles don't define your end. They shape the hero you are destined to become. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe for more inspiration.